I wanted to show another method of dyeing. These are the colors I'm going to use, except for those two in the middle. I didn't like the way they looked. So this is my soda ash in the bucket, and in my other video I used dry fabric and then later put it into soda ash after applying the dyes. In this video, I'm showing what happens when I soak it first in soda ash, and then right after I soak it, I'm going to apply the dyes. And my hope was that when I apply them, that they would bleed together a little bit better than the other method, which was dry fabric. So I'm painting on, I'm trying to match a beautiful pink color that I had that I can no longer get. And luckily I love dyeing fabric. It's so much fun. So I really like experimenting with it, and pretty much everything comes out really nice. So I'm using two colors. I'm using a raspberry and I'm using a rust orange. I'm trying to get a soft pink color, and I'm painting on both colors. I diluted them a little bit more because I didn't want them to be quite as saturated as the other colors came out. So I'm just applying, it's so much fun doing this. Well, if you like this type of thing. And I did smarten up after last time and put gloves on so that my hands weren't pink for 2 weeks after I touched the dye. By the way, if you do end up doing that, if you put bleach on your hands, that actually will take the dye off. So I picked the fabric up and I squeezed out the liquid, and in hopes that that would also blend the colors together a little bit, which it did. So I'm, of course, as usual, losing my patience and pouring it on, which also worked very well. So I'm wringing out the dye, and then wherever there's like a lighter area, that will not ever fill in. The dye doesn't really travel, so I'm soaking up the dye, squeezing it out, and now I'm putting it in this container with a lid on it for overnight, 24 hours or something like that. So I wanted to also make a blue color. I had made a blue in the other video, but it came out very dark. It's really pretty, but I wanted a blue that was a little bit lighter. And I haven't used my dyes in a long time, so I was just trying to get used to how much water to add to them and how the colors go together. So I'm going to use that same method. I diluted these a little bit more. I'm just pouring water into the dyes, and I have 5 different colors. They're all blues except for one, which is a green color. And these actually I'm making for a request that a customer had. And so I use this velvet myself, and I used to get it from a company called Hannah Silk. And I don't know if they went out of business or what happened. They used to make beautiful hand-dyed velvet and ribbon, and I can't find them anymore. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. And oh, isn't that so pretty? This is so pretty. And I am doing it myself, which I'm perfectly capable of doing. I just don't want to have to do everything. So as usual, I'm losing my patience and pouring things on now. Now I can't leave one little white spot because it will stay. It's hard to believe, but it does just stay white if you don't put dye on there. And then I love squeezing it out like that, and it just soaking up the rest of the dye and then squeezing it out again. And see, there's a light area there, so I just put some dye on that and squeezed it out. And this piece, also same as the pink one, will have to sit in a little bucket overnight. It probably doesn't have to stay in there that long, but that's how long I leave it on. So just adding a little bit more color. I never know how much of the dye will wash out, because sometimes a lot of it washes out, but it usually ends up looking similar to what it looks like before you wash it out. So I'm putting it in its container and leaving it there overnight. And here are my two beautiful pieces of velvet. I was very happy with both of them. The pink almost exactly matches the color that I was trying to match, and the blue is really pretty. Stay tuned though, I'm going to try another method because the blue, although is gorgeous, I don't like the green blotches on it for my project. So thank you for watching. See you next time. I'm going to have another method next week. Bye.